Is we rolling? We are. You're gonna be fighting some Germans. I mean, they aren't Nazis, so you can't say that. Oh, is my stream loading on your side?
Huh?
Is your stream working? Oh, it looks like it is now.
Yeah, I see the game.
Okay. Looks like Alex is having a lot of trouble getting the stream to work smoothly. Man, it's really behind on the stream. Why is it so laggy always on stream?
Yeah, no.
Like, if you look at my feed, what's it look like? Like, just
Looks good to me. Running smoothly. Maybe it's his connection.
It could be. Let's find out. So maybe we'll do the cutscene, and then we can start talking. We can probably play this whole campaign. We can try to fit the whole stream into this campaign, maybe. It's only 2 missions. The last one I did was like 6, and it was like an hour and a half or something. Or like... Ooh. Okay. Oh, jeez. Ooh, pretty. Bruh. We're playing a super battle droid. Oops. Ah. We got it. Let's reload. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's a bit quiet tonight.
Bit quiet tonight. Opens with wolf. Oh, sorry, man. Oh. Okay. So yeah, we watched Spirited Away today. Woo!
Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations, the podcast.
And it was an acid trip, to be sure.
Group of friends who rich about the business, talking movies, TV, old recent, Miyazaki monthly news, and it's Spirited Away. Yes.
Yes, one of the more popular Miyazaki films. Not that there's any that isn't that like it. There isn't any that's unpopular. This just happens to be one of the more well-known ones.
Yeah.
It's visually probably one of the best so far.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, we have to give it to the like no two
Oh my
films
gosh.
really felt, you know.
Yeah.
Each one's each one has had like its own unique flavor, you know.
Yes.
This one probably, I think, switches location the least so far. If you know what I mean, or it stays in the same locations or the same location
Yeah,
pretty much the entire time. So we get a lot of
pretty
time in one area.
except for a small bit near the end.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm. I need to read a book. 1 second. Jeez. Ooh, shoot. My gun's bigger than yours. Oh, shoot. That's a grenade. Oh, shoot. Take this up. Oh, hello. I'm almost out of ammo. Ow, 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 yeah, oh, you. Jeez. Oh my gosh. We're out. Where was the gun? This is it, right?
What?
This looks like a gun, doesn't it?
I see a bunch of fire.
Where should we get? Oh, you can't see what.
Probably stream delay.
Um.
But you are indeed holding a gun. Yes.
Okay, that's good. Good start. I can't pick this up. Get up. How can I pick? I need a weapon. Get a, oh, maybe I have to throw my last grenade. Oh, hello. How do I pick this up? Can't pick it up. Oh, okay. Okay, we got it. We got it.
Oh, the thing in the box?
Yeah. revoir. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Boom.
Okay, you saw that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to check if it was working still.
Trust me, if the stream stops, I'll notice. Like I said, I'm watching it on my TV.
Ah.
That way I don't have to flip between the Discord thing or some other tab or whatever.
Oh my gosh. This thing goes everywhere. Wah! Grenade! Reload time. Where we calm down. Oh shoot! Can I use this? Oh, we can use this, baby. Hey! Am I supposed to be shooting at those? Why would they put them here if it's so? Yeah, definitely we're supposed to do that. Oh, hello. Cutscene.
Shoot the plane!
Me. Ooh. Ah. Ooh, whoa.
Ah, there's the cutscene. So yeah, it's 30 or so seconds behind. Give or take.
So if I'm going to talk, I got to talk way before.
Although apparently I was correct about shoot the plane.
Oh, owies.
So my comment did sync up to what you were doing.
Owies, owies, owies. Owies. Ah! I'm dead. How? Am I like the only person there? Anyways.
Movie.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Keep talking.
So yeah, we start with a young female girl by the name of
Chihiro.
Chiro, voiced by Lilo before Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, interesting.
And they are currently traveling to a new home. Father decides to take a shortcut. But all it does, it leads them to a mysterious tunnel.
Yeah, it's like, guys, they never take directions, right?
And was this like a BMW signing deal? Because there was a BMW. Except bombs. He's probably fine. Don't take it off. What are you doing?
Oh, Tara Strong was in this. I'm just now looking at the cast list.
For the dub?
Yeah. You okay? They've gotten quiet tonight.
Anyway, they decide to go through the tunnel, and they find themselves in what appears to be an abandoned amusement park.
Yeah, they better leave, or else they'll be arrested for trespassing.
But it's a 2-1 where the parents' curiosity gets the better of them.
The sad reality where sometimes the child is the most mature of the group. Or at least the one that's been the most reasonable.
But yeah, they eventually run into what appears to be an abandoned restaurant, but seems that there's still food there.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like, hey, we could pay the bill when the owner gets here. It's like, okay, one, that's still theft. 2, you don't know how long that food's been sitting there. 3, again, that's not how this works. Bad parents, bad. Also, they didn't. They had no problems with Chihiro not wearing her seatbelt. Like, bad parents.
Yeah, well, they're distracted. Chihiro goes. Chihiro explores the surroundings a bit more. Comes across a bathhouse and meets a young lad voiced by Jason Marsden, aka Max, and if you remember Fox Kids, Peter Pan from Peter Pan and the Pirates. He warns young girl to cross the river for sunset, but too late. Not only is the river actually active, but literal pigs.
Yep, they screwed up.
Oh shoot!
This is what you get for stealing.
Somewhere during the commotion, and Chihiro discovers that she is becoming translucent.
She then realizes that she has to go back in time to make sure that her parents actually get together, or else she'll be wiped from the timeline. What? Tell me you weren't thinking the exact same thing. What, only me?
Apparently.
So, I think I was more focused on the fact that this is sort of a spiritual realm that she's basically entered in. But that's not a bad joke. Comparison. But yeah, to eventually meet up, and Haku manages to cure her from some of the problems that she's been encountering. And eventually sends her towards the boiler room.
So I had to step away for a moment. So I was gone for about 30 seconds. What did I miss?
To get back together, Shiro was healed of her situation, and she's eventually led to the boiler plate. And she's eventually led to the boiler room where she meets Kamaji, voiced by David Ogden's voiced by the late David Ogden Steers.
Oh shoot!
Who also went to the United States shortly afterwards. Surprisingly.
Oh my god, he was Martian Manhunter in the Justice League of America TV movie. Oh god.
But yeah, he's not alone.
Oh shoot!
But yeah, he's not alone in stoking the boiler because there's also these soot bugs.
Oh, the soot sprites?
Carrying the cones towards the boiler, just carrying the cones towards the boiler to stoke.
Oh shoot!
But yeah, it seems he's not. But it seems he's not the guy that you were supposed to go to for employment. As such, he sends her off with Lynn. Previously Meg from Hercules.
Or more recently, Rose Quartz from Steven Universe.
Take that! Oh shoot! He took it.
So yeah, they have to get to the top floor without her being spotted.
Oh my!
And for the most part, it goes well. I mean, a radish spirit, I guess, notices her, but like, he doesn't really much care or anything. It's like, whatever.
He's chill.
Yeah, he's cool.
And you remember classic Transformers movie, G.I. Joe movie,
Oh my gosh!
Wow, there's a lot of the repertoire. Resume. Anyways, we eventually reached the top for Kanjo Yamama, voiced by previously Zyra from Simba's Pride.
If anyone actually, watched, I think I watched it once. But it's like, it's a Disney sequel, so it's like, who really cares? Although, it turns out apparently the voice of the Radish Spirit also voices Sid in Final Fantasy 15. Well, it kind of feels like no one's really feeling it tonight,
What gave you that impression?
Uh, I don't know, just like,
Yeah,
it seems like
I get what you mean.
there's less talky today.
Less talking today. Maybe this is a more involved game that I'm playing, and I'm not talking as much. I kind of was waiting for you guys to maybe do a recap more, and then maybe put my thoughts in at the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
Since yours is put under contract and your name, Sin.
Yeah, her name got taken. Like, yoink. Also, the only reason why she got the job is she really, really kept pestering the old lady. Remember, if you annoy people long enough, you'll get what you want.
Wow, good lesson.
But yeah, she's working alongside Lynn, even bunking with her. And at some point during usual resting time, which is daylight.
basically, Haku tells Chihiro, or I guess Sen now, to meet him by the bridge. And basically, he tells her that Yubaba controls people by taking their names, and he actually with her clothes, she actually had a goodbye card on with her that has her name on it. Like, yeah, she actually kind of forgot her name for a bit there,
As
but
you
she remembers her name now. It's like, okay, that's all good. Also, remember, these pigs are your parents. Remember, these pigs. This will be on the test later.
Yes.
But yeah, if she forgets her name, she can't leave. Also, there's this spirit that's been following her. It's like, I didn't really say anything, just keeps following her, but meh, he seems chill.
He's basically one of the more recognizable characters from this movie. If you see a post occasionally.
Yeah, no face. Anyway, it's time for work, and for Sen's first customer, a stink spirit. Yeah, it looks like a different regional version of a muck, if you're familiar with Pokemon. Which, I mean, at this point, who isn't familiar with Pokemon, but, just in case. And, yeah, I need to get that cleaned up. And, turns after getting it cleaned up, with some help from everyone else, yeah, it turns out it's the spirit of a polluted river. He gives Sun a magic dumpling. This will be important later. Also, the river spirit was a good customer, or gave lots of money. No Face notices this and basically starts making a bunch of gold, swallows a worker, and then demands food and gives a bunch of gold. and needs more workers. I'm sure they'll be fine. So, Sen's off doing her own things. Like, yeah, she wants to go see Haku, and meanwhile, everyone else is busy. Like, oh, hey, this guy's giving out a bunch of gold. Woo! Sen's like, what am I going to do with gold? I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, gold sounds nice, but then you have to find someone to sell it to, and it's a lot more trouble than it's worth. Plus, you're never going to get a good deal for it. Anyway, she sees a bunch of paper birds attacking a dragon that she recognizes as Haku. And, yeah, Haku got his ass kicked. We're talking death by a million cuts, paper cuts, but cuts nonetheless. So yeah, he crashed into Yubaba's place, and Sen follows, and yeah, it turns out Yubaba has a twin sister. Because of course she does. Like, we're starting to get into soap opera territory here. The wiki skips over a bit where Sen has to hide for a bit and runs into the giant baby. Voice Patera is strong.
Bubbles version, mind you.
Yeah. Anyways, Reba, the aforementioned twin sister, transforms the baby into a mouse and makes a decoy. Basically, turns out Haku stole a golden seal and yada yada deadly curse. Turns out Zeniba was actually a hologram, and yeah, they fall down a hole.
Thank goodness they follow this absolutely straight line with the movement or waitress if you're getting movement, otherwise they break down consistently. Ha ha.
Yep. So they fall into the boiler room, and Sen feeds him a bit of the dumpling. Remember, it's a magic dumpling. And he vomits up the seal and a black slug, which Sen crushes. Probably because she didn't have any salt on hand. Although just crushing it with her foot would probably be the quicker, more merciful death. Anyway, Haku's going to be out for a while, so Sen decides to return the seal and apologize for him. Anyway, No Face has been making a mess, and she feeds him the rest of the dumpling. A chase ensues, and yeah, she's gotten him out. So they take a train ride to see Zeniba, and yeah, they're on their way. Meanwhile, Yubaba basically asks to have Sen's parents slaughtered, but Haku reveals that there's someone missing. Oh right, the baby. And agrees to retrieve if Yubaba releases Sen and her parents. She's like, fine, but only if Sen passes a test. So they meet up with Zeniba, and she knows Sen's love for Haku broke the curse, and the black slug was actually something Yubaba was using to control Haku. So Haku shows up, and they fly off, and it's all like, never-ending story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to make that joke when we were watching it. It's like, it's right there. So yeah, as they're flying along, Sen remembers an old memory of falling into the Kohaku River and being washed ashore, and realizes that Haku is actually the spirit of the Kohaku River. This, of course, transforms Haku back from a dragon. Like, crap, you're full! What have you done right now? We're flying! Oh, crap! Yeah, there could have been a better time to do that. Though apparently he can fly anyway, so... You win this time.
Like I said, it's the spirit world.
Probably took him a little while to remember, like, oh right, I can fly. I can still fly when I'm not a dragon. Whee! So they arrive at the bathhouse, and and it's like, hey, the baby's here, yay! Okay, final test. Which of these pigs is your parents? The correct answer is D, none of the above. Ding, ding, ding! You've won the grand prize! So yeah, Haku reveals that, like, when he did that, they're back over by the tunnel, like, go for them, don't look back. Yeah, like, the parents are completely clueless about what happened, and, like, they go to the tunnel, and the car's covered with dust and leaves. Like, I made a joke when they were walking through, like, little did they realize that they were gone for 3 days. Like, I was joking! How does that... Like, this keeps happening to me. I make an offhanded joke, and it's like, oh, yeah, it turns out that was actually a thing. It's like, how does that keep happening to me? Oh yeah, No Face is staying with Zaniba. Apparently he's really good at sewing. Good for him. But yeah, they're fine. Chihiro is enjoying her nice new hairband that No Face spun for her. Everything's good, and the moving guys are probably wondering, like, where the hell are they? Hey, let's hope no one broke into the house.
And by this point, the Shira's like, new place, I can handle it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, once again, a movie where there wasn't really, like, an evil villain. The thing I saw with Yubaba is, like, less of evil villain and more like... you know how you're not supposed to make deals with fairies? Like the Fae, it's like... That's kind of the feeling I got with that, you know? I mean, in the end, she did keep up her end of the bargain, so it's like... She didn't... okay, yeah, the fact that none of the pigs were the parents, like, okay, but, like, extra difficult test. You know, it's like, fine, you won. Oh, okay, go ahead. Get out of here. It's like, no rage, it's just like, fine. So I wouldn't call her evil.
just sort of that occasional person that senses disturbance and it's going to be costly.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, visually stunning.
Yeah, good movie. Although still haven't really found another movie with as catchy of a theme tune as Castle in the Sky. Let's face it, that's going to be a hard one to beat.
I'm still kind of a sucker for the technology of that movie. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just love the world building. This one's world building was nuts, but less my styles. But still okay. I mean, still cool.
Yeah, the Hero is more on less, whereas that's less on more.
Yeah. Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, and interesting fact regarding something from the during the swamp scenes. I think it's worth mentioning that John Lasseter was good friends with Miyazaki at this point. So Miyazaki was like, why not pay a tribute?
Huh?
You remember that lamp?
Oh, right. The Japanese knockoff Pixar lamp.
Like I said, both Miyazaki and Lasseter were good friends at this point. So I think that was kind of a tribute.
Okay.
Lasseter's pretty much the main reason why there's dubs from Disney.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Yeah, he just saw what happened to me. I'm like, oh! Frick. Whoa!
Oh, and on a side note for next week,
Yeah.
I might be here at the usual time that we've been doing, but I'm not sure exactly. You have to check later, but I may be. Depends on if they take me out to dinner for my birthday next week.
Ooh.
Yeah, if it's anything like last time, I'm going to be going to a Japanese restaurant. I mean, like, actual Japanese food, not just like, oh, hey, we have sushi. Like, that doesn't count. Like, Safeway has sushi. That doesn't make it a Japanese restaurant.
What? You sure?
Yeah, I actually usually get, like, this really nice bowl of ramen. We're talking, like, the high-quality stuff with egg and stuff. Egg, actual meat, good stuff. So yeah, just a heads up. I'll probably be able to do Saturday, but heads up, like may have to wiggle around that. So probably worst case scenario, a little bit of a later start, if at all.
Let's see the other people. Let's see the other people involved. The dubbing part of it's Ransomware, small part, but that's kind of cool. Porky Pig's also in this.
So apparently Chihiro's father was the Thing from the two Fantastic Four movies, also known as the slightly better Fantastic Four movies.
The one that actually got a sequel.
Yeah, although some people argue that the unreleased Fantastic Four film was the best one. The what was it?
Roger Corman.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
Some people have made that argument.
Oh, Jim Carrey's ex-wife is in this as
I was about to get to that.
Mrs. Ogino.
Oh, and the foreman is Squidward.
And that's with River Street. I'm probably the only one that gets this. Save the line from Rita Rabbit.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Oh wow. It's like, oh, okay. I was kind of skipping ahead to next week. It's like, wow, they got some big names for next week.
Let's see if I can get some names. I was pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised that the VA for During Do actually remembered one of her earlier voiceover projects, which is something I personally remember.
What was that?
I was surprised when the voice actress for Daring Do actually remembered one of her earliest voiceover projects, which I actually saw as a young kid. And
Oh.
Little Golden Book Land.
Huh.
She was a Pokey Puppy.
Hmm.
Let's see. Won the Jeopardy game too, and still have a bag of prize. That I'm working on.
Man.
Got my autos and photos with two two other two other VAs. Two other VAs. There was Timber Spruce and also Daring. Oh, and this was a bit of a surprise, but Aunt Holly was came for a quick visit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very fortunate to be the last one she met before the session closed. Also enjoyed the Vancouver voice. Finity's coming back as chair for next year. Announced at closing ceremonies. right. Further on the news desk. Congratulations, Ken Jennings, greatest of all time.
Oi, oi, oi.
We send our warm wishes to the Wiggles member who received a concussion.
Oi, oi, oi.
And looks like the hotel block for Everfree's just been sold out. Sold out. They're trying to work on some more accommodations, but
Yeah, but thankfully I already booked a room, so like, got that covered.
that's just reminded me. Is it through Sunday night?
Oh, we leave on Sunday.
Okay then.
So yeah, get in Thursday, leave Sunday. Ooh, idea for stuff or background footage for next week. The Kingdom Hearts DLC is coming out. I could do that.
That's true. You could do that.
I mean, I already have a complete game save file, so it's like should be well, unless it's one of those things where I have to start up a new game. I'll do research first, then I'll decide.
We got him. Dude, I am too good at this game. Oh my gosh. That one that went under the bridge. You show off. That one- All right. After this mission, we're calling it quits for the night.
Okay.
Oh, did we get through the whole analysis now?
Yeah, I managed to speed us through it.
What are your thoughts?
Is good.
Is good. The classic response.
2 thumbs up, 5 star.
Yeah, once again, visually stunning. The
Shoot. Shoot. Oi. That was cinematic right there at the end. Oi, 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 oi.
But wait, there's more. As the huge blimp shows up.
But wait. Oh yeah, you're just seeing that now. It is kind of weird that I fight things. You know what I mean?
flying ace fives.
This is why we don't use blimps nowadays. They're a bit too slow.
And flammable.
And and highly explosive. Yeah, that might be part of it as well. I don't know.
Army is another story. Cameras, on the other hand.
Why?
I'm sure I'll figure out why you're asking that in about 15 more seconds.
Ah! I had a pistol the whole time. Oh, shoot. This is bad news. I switched to a pistol. Oh my gosh. What is that noise?
Wait, did that guy just no sell those shots?
I think so.
You should have point blank, and it's like, nope.
I'm fine. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Woody? Woody? Buzz? All right. That was 2 campaigns of Battlefield 1 and a review of Spirited Away. What more could you want? Jeez.
$50.
You can't have that, all right? But yeah, I think finishing thoughts, final thoughts. I think it was good. Less locations. Character designs were out the wazoo. Probably would be better if you're high. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty good. I feel like it's almost a bit too wacky, and that it sometimes trace what's happening. You know what I mean? And some of it doesn't make much sense, I guess. I don't know. And there's probably a couple plot holes here and there. But it's pretty. It's very pretty. Usually what they do with plot holes, like with movies like this, where it's like just not what happened, you know what I mean? And you're like, I get that, but even magic has rules usually, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It was, for me, it was a bit hard to follow the rules of the universe in this one, you know what I mean? Which I guess isn't always a bad thing, but it can be a bit confusing to the viewer. I could see a lot of people watching and just not liking it because they have no clue what's happening, and it kind of angers them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
I know people like that, where they see a movie like this, and then they're like, I don't like it just because they just couldn't follow it. I think it was not too complicated, so maybe that's unfounded, but you get the point, you know what I mean? Or what I was trying to get across. Characters were pretty good. I mean, it's a very character-driven story. The characters jump back and forth between good and bad. I do like this one more in that it has more, at least, plot thread. You know what I mean? Or some conflict or something pushing the character forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With sorry, you just coughed so loud. It was like, yeah. Like just
Sorry.
So loud. It was pretty funny. It's fine. Yeah, I did like how there was something for the viewer. I think this one best in the last one by far. So I had both of these movies up on my second screen and playing something else and playing something else. This one kept my focus much more. Just from that perspective, I was watching it much more enthusiastically. Whereas Kiki's Delivery Service, there were lots of scenes where I just kind of got bored and like went back to what I was doing.
Yeah.
This one's snappier. I'm trying to say it's the plot moves along. There's no lollygagging.
It's more focused.
It's more focused.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any wrong just having like a story like Kiki's Delivery Service, but I don't know. It doesn't tickle my fancy quite as much as something like this does, just because this one has like, yeah, a driving force. You know, like something for the audience to follow. Yeah, I don't know. You would definitely need that for a movie like this because everything's so crazy that if you didn't have a driving force, I think you'd lose the audience immediately. You know what I mean? Like if Kiki's Delivery Service was like this, where there was just random characters, kooky and wacky, and there wasn't any plot thread really, like Kiki's Delivery Service, then I think it would not hit as hard. You wouldn't get invested. You wouldn't want. You'd just be like, just random stuff's happening. You know what I mean? Whereas Kiki was more grounded, there was much less crazy stuff happening, so it could get away with just having a slower plot, I guess.
Yeah.
And keeping the audience invested. Oh yeah. Maybe I'm just misreading Kiki's Delivery Service. It wasn't my type of movie. I don't know. It was kind of more boring to me. Now that I've seen 3 of them, it's definitely the least interesting to me. Which is kind of sad because I kind of wanted it to be. I saw commercials and stuff for this movie or for Kiki's Delivery Service, and so I thought it was more of like an adventure or something. You know what I mean? But
Right.
then when we watched it, it was just kind of more like a like a TV show or something that was much slower with only a couple plot threads, and the big finale was kind of not. I don't know. It wasn't rewarding, I guess, enough. I don't know. You know what I mean? You weren't really invested. At least I wasn't.
Sort of.
I don't know. This one didn't even have as much of a climax, like wow, but you still felt a bit more fulfilled, I guess. All of these movies so far have kind of had mixed bag endings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that, well, they're not like Western movies, where well, a lot of Western movies be like, "Huzzah, we won the day!" Everyone, right? This one was kind of, all of these have been kind of like, we didn't die, but like maybe something destroyed something. So it's like kind of a, like the blimp hitting the building, right? Like she kind of gets a bit more famous, but nothing was saved. They still destroyed a blimp, and like a building got destroyed, and and then she's like just kind of goes back to being normal and just more popular.
She reaffirmed confidence in herself, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Same with like the castle in the sky. So they made it to the castle, and then it crumbles, and then they fall off it, and I guess they're together, and the castle just drifts away. It's like, okay. So like there's not really, I don't know. They just kind of survive. And okay, I think why my brain is doing that is because with these types of movies, my brain is expecting some big Disney payoff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I don't get it. I like movies with very little payoff if it's a good movie. Like Blade Runner is like that, in that it's a very long movie with not a huge actiony ending. And then 1917 I just watched, same deal, not super not a all peachy keen ending, but you know, so I like those two for just quick examples. But I don't know. I guess I'm expecting more of like a Disney ending. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. If I want a big peachy keen ending, I guess these are okay. These endings where they're kind of mellow. Those kind of open. This one left some open ended questions. Like their car has been. So what's happened? You know what I mean? Like her life still might be kind of screwed up because like if their house got or if you don't move in, right? Like they might just not give you it if they've been gone for like a month or something.
Right.
So it's kind of like, yeah, it might not be great. You know, so it's kind of like an open question. Oh well. I don't know. I think I've been liking them. I think. If nothing
Yeah.
else, I really like the visual. Um, they're very, interesting to watch that way. If the stories aren't my thing, at least that it got that going for him. But yeah, all right. What are you guys' thoughts, and then we can wrap this up.
I think you summed it up pretty well.
All right.
Like you said, there was like you said, like I said, there's a bit more of an objective this time around. There's a bit more of an objective this time around, and you're hoping that that objective is reached.
It's a definite improvement over the last. The last one, you just kept going like, okay, where's this going? Okay, where's this going? Okay, where's this going? And then you never really got anything in the end, so you're kind of left hanging. I guess there was kind of there was a climax. I guess I'm just being, oh, it wasn't as good as I thought. I don't know.
By the end of the month, there's only going to be 4 samples out of. I don't have. I can't think of the num. I can't think of an. I can't think of the
The
No.
total.
total of movies Miyazaki has had at this point.
Couple. One or two at least. All right. Maybe next week we could get back to drawing or something. I don't know. I do kind of like doing these, but I guess, I feel like our name, the whole name doesn't really make sense if we don't do something creative eventually.
Yeah, that's fair.
We can see. If people like this, if they like watching, just do that for a while, but it's up to people. I've been pretty busy, so I've been kind of like out of it creatively, you know what I mean? Like I've been cleaning a lot and building, working at work more intensely because of the Christmas rush and just a bunch of other stuff. So maybe my creative juices will be flowing a bit harder. I don't know. All right. What do you say? You close this out, Alex.
Well, something like certainly covered a lot. Went through quite an exciting game. And next week we are closing. Next week we are closing out Miyazaki month with one of the more recent ones. As been said, a lot more bigger names this time. As been said, some more bigger names this time or next time around, as well as here's something interesting that a lot of people may not realize at times. Japanese Little Mermaid. But yeah. Quite the means to round us out for next week, and we hope to see you then. Take care.
Later.
Adios.